Yep. What's up, guys? We got episode 28, the Curran, Kaden, and now Jet Life college football podcast. Now it's just the podcast, man. There's a bunch of guys who like talking about guy stuff, or girl stuff, whatever tickles your fancy, as they say. But yeah, we got some topics today. If you would pan over to my guy Curran Life, there's no Curran Bradley today, at least for now. Curran had to go wrestle a polar bear this morning, so he's still a little bit sore. He said he's on the way here, may show, may not. But we still got my guy Jet Life, J Flight. Ladies, go hit him up. 18 plus.
18 plus.
18 plus. Let's get into some of these topics. We got a brand new segment here, y'all. We got a little thing I like to call a Friday Conversation. It's our parody of Barstool Sports Sunday Conversation. Roll. William Beasley.
Kaden.
Unemployed, huh?
Full-time sports bettor right now. Pays pretty well.
You know, Pete Rose is a full-time sports bettor.
Oh.
MLB's all-time hit leader. And he got caught.
Caught with... Are you implying I'm going to get caught with something?
I'm just saying, all-time hit leader in the MLB.
Yeah. Yeah.
True or false?
Mm-hmm.
William Beasley has glasses.
It's false, clearly.
That's true. I see them. You know who else had glasses?
Who?
Jeffrey Dahmer. Another true or false here, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
I read a study that unemployed people are less likely to graduate high school. Is that true?
My grades would reflect that, yeah.
That's false. I can't read.
Oh.
That's false. I can't read.
Yeah, you need those.
Let's forge on.
Yep.
All right, Billy. New segment here.
Mm-hmm.
Presented by Steph Curry. We got who's winning in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Kirk Cousins or Queen Elizabeth?
Well, Queen Elizabeth's dead. So, I'd take Kirk Cousins.
And you like Kirk Cousins? Or you just like his last name?
I like Kirk Cousins, yeah. Not. What do you mean by that last name?
You like your cousins?
I don't have any cousins.
You're supposed to cut to Curran right there. Billy, spell Minnesota without looking at your shirt.
Minnesota.
False.
No, it wasn't.
The second N is silent.
Oh. Right. Yeah.
Why do you think there's not more unemployed presidents?
More unemployed presidents? They haven't let me in office yet, man.
You think you'd be a great fit, huh?
Yeah. I'd be a great president.
Curran's a great fit. He fits like a glove back there. You like watching any sports, Billy? Give me some sports you like.
Football, basketball, baseball. Love balls.
Okay. Now, what about this? If we locked you in a room with 10 attractive females, but one of them is an organ donor, could you find the organ donor out of the room of 10 females that aren't organ donors? 9 of them are organ donors. You got to find the organ donor, and I'm an organ donor, brother. I'll show you my badge.
I'd find a way.
He is a
Shut. I could do this all day, brother.
I can do this
Look how
long.
dark my hand looks. So, yeah. We're back. We still got some unsolved questions. I'm an organ donor. Jet's an organ donor. Curran's an organ donor. Billy Banjo is not an organ donor. And so I want to get to the bottom of this because I really do like, when people donate their organs, it's great. I think it's a great cause. I was a little upset, though. I remember when I got my license, my dad put me down as an organ donor. I was like, dude, I'm just giving out my organs. But, life moves on. Let's forge on, baby. We got some UFC and WWE talk, boys. Where are we at here? Yeah, UFC and WWE. Curran would usually voice his thoughts here. We got Jet. Give me your favorite all-time WWE fighter, Jet. Wrestler. Excuse me.
Probably Randy Orton.
Solid pick. The Viper. The Viper. They call Curran the Viper of Applebee's. I'd have to say mine's probably Carmella was good. Dolph Ziggler was solid. Mm-hmm. But all time, I don't know, man. That's a hard one. I think it's hard to deny Jeff Hardy for me. Jeff Hardy's all-time GOAT for me. Let's forge on to some other topics we got. We got a little UFC. We're switching gears here. We have UFC Fight Night is tomorrow night. Bo Nickel, former Penn State national champion wrestler, who is 7-0 in the UFC, undefeated, comes in at 37 pounds overweight. He's got to cut 37 pounds in 2 days. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And that's not unheard of, but it's very crazy, especially when a guy has only 7 professional fights. To cut 37 pounds is a lot of weight. He claims he overbulked. That's just a lot of fluid you're losing from your head and your bones and everything. Makes it hard to fight. Especially, you've seen like this with Alex Poton Pereira. When he was fighting at middleweight, he was walking around at 230, cutting 35 pounds every fight, cutting sometimes 40, they said. And he got knocked out by just getting hit on the chin. So, Bo Nickel, very dominant. Let's talk about his fight a little bit more. That's not me. I played football back in the day. Had to give it up. I pulled my tonsils, so I had to give it up. But let's see here. Let's see if Bo Nickel can keep this win streak going. He's undefeated, like I said, in the UFC. He's got a tough fight ahead of him. And what's that guy's name?
Daniel Marcos.
He has 3 names, I know. I think you're something wrong on that. Nah, he's fighting Renier D. Radier.
Daniel Marcos is undefeated.
That's not who he's fighting.
I know, but I'm just saying. He's in the bantamweight division.
Is he fighting or something?
Yeah, he's fighting Montel Jackson.
Oh, yeah. One of the earlier fights. Dang, there's some good records on here. I didn't know Jeremy Stevens is fighting. Daniel Marcos, 17-0-0. 1 no contest. Montel Jackson, 14-2. Bo Nickel, 7-0. Bo Nickel has been very dominant, but Bo Nickel has probably had the easiest, a span of the easiest fights to get into the rankings that I've seen. Very much a case of Dana White privilege, but we'll see how he does. He's been very dominant. Obviously a great wrestler. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. Corey Sandhagen also fights. Corey Sandhagen is a killer. Great fighter. I'm not even going to try to say the other guy's name. I don't want to get canceled by just saying a name because I don't know how I'm going to say it. But, yeah, Corey Sandhagen, Stevenson, they fight. If it's anything, the last fight night was the last UFC fight night with Ian Gary and Carlos Prates. Great fight for the main event. And then we had, I believe, 3 finishes, which is a lot of finishes, including the Randy Brown finish, which was a insane finish. Darby fell flat on his face. It was a great knockout. Anthony Smith gets retired, finally, but we don't know how long that's going to last. He almost did good enough to gain some fans until, he decided to beef with some guy in the crowd after losing. So Anthony Smith, probably one of the most hated guys in the UFC, somehow still sticks around to get a retirement ceremony. Anyway, let's forge on, baby. Who should fight Islam Makhachev?
Seth Rollins.
That's in the WWE.
I know.
Seth freaking Rollins. What do we call it? Curran freaking money. I think Ilya Topuria.
Conor McGregor.
If Conor McGregor could come out of retirement, he's still got to hop back in the USADA testing pool.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He's probably a little juiced up.
He probably is.
Billy, why does nobody accuse you of being on steroids?
What?
Why does nobody accuse you of being on steroids? They accuse Conor McGregor. But nobody's ever questioned if Billy's on steroids.
I'm just good at it, man. Got to cover your tracks well. You got to go somewhere closer to the leg region because, no one's going to think to look there. They usually think to look in, chest area to check for, steroid injections.
I just don't think you inject steroids in your chest. I've never heard of that. I think everybody that does steroids, and I don't do steroids, obviously, but pretty sure you inject them in your leg, Billy.
I knew a guy that did steroids in his chest.
Well, the guy probably didn't. He should have looked at a wiki how or something, or a tutorial on YouTube of how to inject a steroid.
He's dead now, so he probably should have, yeah.
Well, may he rest in peace, baby. Let's forge on. We got some WWE talk. This is normally Curran Bradley's segment, but Curran Bradley has other plans today, so we got to forge on. We got to make do of what we got. Praise God, baby.
Praise God.
What we got over here? We got the NBA playoffs. Let me slide on this. We got NBA playoffs. We got the Lakers. Have they gone down or are they going down?
They've gone down.
They've gone down. All right, Lakers go down.
They're out.
To the T-Wolves.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying, baby. We got to move to the next topic here. Anthony Edwards and the GOAT debate.
He is Michael Jordan's son.
Now, this is what Jet Life is saying. There has been, some rumors going around that either Anthony Edwards or me is Michael Jordan's son. And I don't know. I didn't make these allegations, but it's up to either Ant or me.
Or Tiger Woods. You could be Tiger Woods' son.
I hope. Michael Jordan, a winner, but, big gambler. Billy B might be his son.
Billy B might.
We know Billy's not his son. Come on, guys.
Billy is a big Auburn fan, though.
LeBron, did he play his last game?
I don't know.
Or I thought he was coming back for 25-26.
He might come back for one more year.
Because
his son just got in the league, so I mean.
Bryce?
No.
Bronny? I know Bronny just got, but I thought he was going to wait around to play with Bryce.
If he gets both his sons in the league, that's crazy.
And Billy, why do you think more of these professional athletes don't play with their sons?
They're not LeBron.
Well, Tom Brady plays with his son.
LeBron is the.
He does suspicious things to his son.
Oh, bro.
Tom Brady's a weirdo, man.
Just saying.
Tom Brady's the good.
Just coaches his son. Deion Sanders coaches his sons.
Tom Brady can sling that football, though, man. I tell you.
He's the GOAT.
Billy's muted for the rest of this. We're silencing you. I don't know what's coming out of this kid's mouth. Ever.
Who do you think the best quarterback of all time is?
Tom Brady. It's not even close.
I think he's.
Tom Brady, Stetson Bennett. Jake Fromm, Carson Beck in 2023, Aaron Murray, DJ Shockley, Frank Tarkenton. A lot of the guys that came out, Matt Stafford, pretty much any guy that came out of Georgia as well. Only one of those people I named is an NFL starter, so let's forge on, baby. Praise God. Could the Lakers have beat the Timberwolves if LeVar Ball was their coach? They beat Mater Day. Just saying.
LeVar did get his leg replaced, I think.
I think he got his leg amputated.
He did, and then I think he got a prosthetic.
Oh, prosthetic.
Yeah.
I don't know. LeVar seems like the guy who could grow his leg back.
That's what he said. He was like, "Yeah, guys, I got my leg back," and like he's propped up, laying on the bed.
LeVar's the type of guy that
Go dunk a basketball on one leg. Yeah.
He's just more of a guy that you leave your car parked too long, and he'll have that thing up on a lift, on a jack. Take your freaking tires from you.
Sitting on cinder blocks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's just the way he plays. In LeVar Ball's words, when Lonzo was with the Lakers, LeBron wasn't the best player on that team. It was Lonzo Ball. And that came out of LeVar Ball's mouth. Let's forge on, baby. We got the last topic up here, Jet Life.
Yep.
Jet Life's take on the National Basketball Association's playoffs. And that's a real segment on there.
Is it? Did
Yeah.
you just change it?
Yeah, look, it says Jet Life.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. It's right there. Jet Life take on the playoffs.
Nice. I don't know. I hope Golden State pulls off the playoffs, gets to the championship.
I would love to see it.
That's
as well.
like been my favorite team since I've been like 13. Everybody has a Curry jersey.
Oh, dude. If you're white, you got a Curry jersey.
You gotta have a Curry jersey.
Even Billy's shaking his head. Billy, who's number 56 for Auburn hockey?
Is this a hockey hoodie?
I think so.
I thought this was a football hoodie.
It's a hockey jersey, bro.
I don't watch hockey. I don't know anything about hockey.
I don't either. I don't even think Auburn has a hockey team.
It's a football jersey.
You bought that bad boy off Temu, huh?
You gotta know that
went to
ball
Clears
knowledge,
today.
Billy.
A football hoodie with a number on it. I've just never heard that. Is there a back? Turn around.
Is there a bag?
He don't got that ball knowledge.
I flip them around. The fans want to see. Hey, you guys let us know in the turned off comments who's number 56 for Auburn hockey.
Auburn hockey.
I'll look it up right now.
I do know about college hockey. Auburn hockey is a club team. They don't even have a real team. But there's a club team, and I think they play at the Pelham. I know Alabama's plays at the Pelham Civic Center. Golly, that bad boy's orange.
Who's been your favorite NBA team?
Mine's
So,
the Rockets, but I don't watch
Rockets.
NBA. I don't think I've watched NBA since 2017 on like April 5th.
That's who Golden State's playing right now, isn't it?
Is that really?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like, I don't watch basketball at all. I'm just not a big basketball guy.
Josh, who is Golden State playing right now? Actually,
I can
no,
pull it up
never
right
mind,
here.
never mind.
It's literally Golden State and Houston are playing today at 8.
Yeah. What's the series on that?
Golden State leads 3-2, so they're in game 5 or game 6.
So if Golden State wins this,
They're making it through.
I might have to watch. What time?
8 o'clock.
I might have to watch that tonight, Kato.
I'm in, brother.
Kato.
Yeah, I've been.
Wish Seaman was here.
I wish, dude. He needs to hurry up. But, I'm just going to break the news, guys. Curran did not fight a polar bear.
He's on a date right now.
We got to tell the people straight up.
Okay. You got it.
He's meeting with the president right now, and
Yeah.
it's a whole ordeal. We can't get into it. We'd be in danger, but hopefully it goes over well. Let's forge on, baby. The Clippers and the Nuggets are tied at 3-3, so they got a Game 7. When is that? Game 7?
Tomorrow or tonight? I think tomorrow.
It is today. The Warriors and it's tomorrow. And
Golden
Sunday.
State plays tonight, yeah.
And then if there's a Game 7, the Warriors. Where's the other side of the conference? Oh, they all play next week, huh? The Cavs and the Pacers, the Knicks and the Celtics.
Yeah.
Those are next week. So we're in the semifinal. Correct? No. We're in the quarterfinal,
yeah.
Quarter, then semi, then final. I always get those confused. It's not on here, but let's talk a little bit about some golf, man.
Yeah.
And not even PGA Tour golf. We're just going to talk a little bit about Frank House Municipal Golf Course in Bessemer, Alabama. Jet, what you think about Frank House?
You know, I almost got hit about 4 or 5 times.
It had to have been more than that.
No, it was crazy.
It's like you're playing like dodgeball and golf at the same time. And if you get hit by one of these golf balls, it's not like you're just getting hit. It bounces off.
That thing hurts. But I mean, I felt like the greens were like terrible. They didn't keep the stuff in shape. It was kind of bad. I don't know. What you think?
I think I'd pay money to never play it again.
They did give us a rain check though, so
They did.
I mean,
I gave it to a little kid standing outside the pro shop. Kidding. Yeah, I mean, not really much to say. Not a great golf course by any means.
nope.
We're petitioning to try to get the Masters there here in a few years. But
They didn't even have a driving range.
yeah, they didn't have a driving range. So they would have to
Crazy.
build that if they want to have the Masters there.
Yeah.
But I actually talked. The Masters committee was up. They were all down with it, but Frank House said, "Nah,
Nah.
we ain't gonna let that happen." Is that Curran Bradley? Gosh, man, keep getting freaking phase rugged. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the PGA Tour. I believe the CJ Cup is going on right now. CJ.
Where is that placing?
It's the CJ Cup at Byron Nelson. It's just like a tour event. It's at TPC Craig Ranch. They're in Texas. Sky Scheffler leads at 12 under par, number 1 golfer in the world, followed by Jonathan Vegas, Patton Kizzire, William Gordon, and Russell Hoey. We got, I don't know who C. Phillips is. Steve Stevens. Cameron Champ is in the mix. First time. Michael Thorby Johnson. There's a lot of guys in this field I've never heard of. Trey Molinax is in the mix, baby. Shout out Trey Molinax, man. That's my guy. We go to the same golf instructor. Shout out Archie Burroughs. Carl Phillips in the mix. Yeah. Kurt Kitayama's back there at 5 under. We got Scotty, though, kind of running away with it. Play is suspended. He is 2 under through 9, and he sits at 12 under par in total. Yes, sir, baby. Praise God. We ain't talked about MLB or college baseball.
What's up, boys?
What's up?
How we
So
doing?
Good.
Are we live right now?
Yeah, you want to hop in?
Absolutely.
All right.
What are we talking about?
Talking about, what can we talk about with him now? What do you want to talk about? MLB? PGA Tour?
He
Talk
looks-
about the Masters.
he
Going
looks
to the
like a-
I
Masters.
can absolutely talk about Masters. I can't even get over there.
Oh.
walk around Caden.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure, you can hop in on my side. I'll hop in over here.
All right.
Do a little shift
Just shift it all over.
Yes, sir.
Take a Chromebook.
Oh, take my shirt with me. Let's see here, man. We got Coach Strickle in the building, guys. Yes, sir.
Let's see if I can figure out how to work these. There we go. All right, gentlemen.
Yes,
What would
sir.
you like to know?
Tell us about the Masters experience.
Dude, the Masters, number one, TV does not do that course justice, right? It looks beautiful on TV, and it is beautiful, but the attention to detail on the landscaping is bar none. I will say the hurricane that went through there about a year or so ago, you could, from people that I talked to and conversed with and was hanging out with, and the gentleman that I had the chance to go with, he actually took me. His parents get tickets every year, but he was telling me how the hurricane kind of took out a lot of the azaleas, a lot of the shrubbery, and so they had to put in new ones, and so they didn't bloom at the right time, and so a lot of the blooms were not prime blooms, right? They were kind of post. Kind of a little late, but anyways, no man, it was beautiful. The greens were super fast, and you can kind of tell that on TV. But man, when those guys tap that ball, it takes off, right? And then it is if you watch golf, right? If you're watching them on the green, you can tell that they're hitting it at an angle, and there's a reason. Like those greens are not straight; they're not flat. And they are much more slopey than they look on TV. I've watched the Masters for a few years now, but when you look at them in reality, and you're right there on top of it, it's a slope, right? And so that's why when they hit it this way to go this way, there's a reason. So, man, the Masters was awesome. I got to see McIlroy hit the eagle on 15, and then a birdie on 16. I got to see. So I was in the grandstands on 15. On the 15th hole, and Scheffler hit somebody in the grandstands. Like, there's 3 sections of the grandstands. I was in the middle section. He hit somebody in the first section of the grandstands, and I've never been so scared of a golf ball in my life. So, but it was kind of cool. The guy got a free, glove, and he got an autograph and all those things. That was kind of cool. But it was very sobering. See somebody get hit by a golf ball.
Yeah.
So, in those fairways, like, if I'm hitting on that fairway, I'm hitting someone.
Oh yeah,
right?
they line right off the fairway.
Yeah,
It's
it is super skinny.
Yeah.
So, that was kind of cool to see, like how professional those guys were, how top notch and top level those guys are. So
people talk about the slopes in the fairways as well.
yeah,
Really fairway
no,
heavy.
it's a complete hill, right? I mean, on the first hole, right? You've played at Ballantrae before.
Yeah.
Like that first hole at Ballantrae, like that hill that goes down. Well, it's the opposite on the first hole of Masters. Like you're going straight up.
Yeah.
Right. And then on the 18th, it's the same thing, right? And so,
Everything slopes right.
yes.
On 18, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
So
really
yeah,
well.
yeah, man. It was an awesome experience. I got to go on the Saturday of it. We got in there about noon. Walked all 18 holes, and then we got back around on one and followed McIlroy all the way around the course one more time. So, got to see him hit. I got to see him hit all 17 on the 18th. By the time we got back, there were so many people around the 18th hole you couldn't see.
Really?
Like, it was, because you're on a slope, and so if you don't have the right seat or the right spot, you're not gonna be able to see it.
See any celebrities? Okay.
I saw Trevor Lawrence. Saw Russell Wilson. With Russell Wilson was Sierra, right? It's his wife. Sierra, his wife.
Yeah.
Saw her. Saw all the golfers. Saw a lot of the members. But that's about it. If I did see any celebrities, I did not know who they were. But Trevor Lawrence and Russell Wilson definitely stood out in the crowd. Trevor Lawrence had, I believe, one of his offensive linemen with him because it was one of the biggest human beings I've ever seen. So, yeah, man, it was awesome. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Recommend going. And so, and for those of you who don't know, Augusta National is in literally the center of a city. Like, Ballantrae is like off in the back of a neighborhood. Most country clubs or most golf courses are off kind of like separated or isolated, not Augusta National.
Nope.
Literally in the middle of a city center.
Yep.
So
They block it off though. You can't see it.
cannot
Oh,
see anything. There's so many trees and shrubbery around it, and so you literally have to walk 3-4 blocks just to get to the entrance gate, and then it's another 4 blocks before you get to the course, because you pass the bathrooms, you pass the driving range, the practice rounds or the practice course, and then the pro shop and the the concession stand, like all the things. And so it's a good 4 blocks. And that's another thing, man. They pay so much attention to the details that when you go through the pro shop, when you go through the concession stand, when you go through the bathrooms, there's not. Now, obviously, the pro shop, especially in the early parts of the day, it's going to be the lines are going to be super long, but they keep you moving, right? And so it's like just like a creep. You're just kind of creeping along like baby steps. But when you get into the pro shop, it's fast. It's super efficient. Like, you go through the hat section, and you go through the polo section, you go through the t-shirt section, you go through the sweatshirt section, you go through like whatever section, right? And they have them all hanging on the wall, and they're all numbered. And when you pass by that section, you just tell the person behind the counter, like, hey, I want an XL in 23, or I want a small in 5, or whatever, right? And they'll get it off the wall, hand it to you, and you just keep walking.
Wow.
Like, there is no, like, let me browse around. Nope. You're walking in a straight line, walking snaking through the pro shop, right? So you might see, like, as you're at the hat section, you might look across the pro shop and see, the quarter zip section or the polo section. So you can, if you don't want a hat, you can look as you're walking in the line. You can look at the polos and like, all right, when I get to the polo section, like, I might want that one, right? And so, like, I didn't get a t-shirt. I didn't want a t-shirt. I mean, I'm at the Masters. I don't need another t-shirt. But I did get a polo, got a hat, got a quarter zip. But yeah, it was just so efficient. Bathrooms, same way. Like, there's 4 or 5 workers in the bathrooms, like, obviously making sure things are clean, like, kind of like an airport. But also there's 2 people, like, hey, again, all the stalls, all the urinals are numbered, right? And so, like, hey, 5 open, give me 1 on 7, give me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, there's not a long line of bathrooms. And my wife loved it too, because obviously there's not nearly as many women there as there are men. Yeah. And so it was the first time ever she didn't have to wait in line for the bathroom. So, yeah. And I didn't really have to wait in line, long either. So, yeah, the attention to detail. The concessions was the same thing. You go through a section, you pay at the end. All of it's super cheap, right? Those concession stand prices are real. Like $1.50 for an egg salad sandwich. Yeah. $1.50 for, like, I got lemonade the first time around. And then if you want like an adult beverage or something, it's like $4, which is, if you've ever been to a concert and see an adult price.
Oh, no, Tour Championship was outrageous.
Super expensive.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's no cell phones.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No cell phones.
That's what they say about seeing the famous people, is like, you see them, but
yeah, and you can say hey and you can shake their hands, and they're kind of cool, but there is no like, hey, can I get a selfie?
Yeah.
Nope, can't do that.
It's a little more personable. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why that's why probably a lot of celebrities go, that they don't have to do that. And a lot of people just like, hey, Trevor, good luck this season or whatever, and and they'll just keep like, thanks, and like, we'll keep walking on by. But it's such a high level event that it's not really a thing. So yeah, man, 10 out of 10 recommend. So
yes, sir. Well, I think that wraps up on time.
Are we overtime? Did that bell ring? Oh,
yeah.
Sure did. Oh,
there we go.
Over here rambling.
That's episode 28. You heard him. Try to get those tickets to the Masters. We'll see y'all next week for maybe last episode, maybe not. We'll see.
1 or 2 maybe.
1 or 2.
See y'all.
Sign off. Go ham.